Howdy folks, and welcome back to Dungeon Meshi. Today we're going to be watching episode 2, which is titled three things in this one: Roast Basilisk, Omelet, and Kakiage? I do not know what that third one is. Roast Basilisk, if I had to guess, the only real world equivalent I can kind of think of, if we're going to kind of compare things to real world equivalents here, just because I got strong crustacean vibes from the scorpion in the last one. It looked a lot like a lobster, or somebody even said, I think Marcel said, you caught that thing like a crayfish. So if we're gonna kind of make some comparisons, just to kind of ground ourselves in reality, in this fantasy series, mind you, the closest thing I can think of that I've consumed would be gator. I've had gator before, not too often, just once or twice, but that's the closest thing I can think of for roast basilisk. Omelets, in this economy, I've had several. It's solid, and of course Mother 3 being my favorite game of all time, omelets kind of have a special place in my heart. And like I said, Kakiage, I really hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. No clue as to what that is. So I am going to be sticking with the kind of tier list I've been making for the things that they cook in the show. Hopefully by the end of the season have a list of 50-ish things, because I know in most episodes it's 2. Some are 1. I looked ahead to the next episode, saw that it's called Living Armor, so that came back from the first episode where they're kind of talking about the things in there, and I think somebody said Living Armor and Marcel was like, metal? That's what we have to eat? So I'm real curious for that one. But some are 2, some are 1, this one's 3. I'm assuming it's going to round out to about 50 food items. So we'll have a tier list by the end of the season. Hopefully it doesn't get too difficult to rank these. But I'm excited. This is episode 1 was maybe the fastest I've ever straight up fallen in love with a show. I loved the cozy vibes. I loved all the practicality, the thought that put into all of the preparation of everything and the recipes and all that. It made me want to get up and cook myself. So hey, that's something truly special then. So I'm really excited to see where this goes from here. If it's just gonna be kind of chilling going through the dungeon. I know that kind of the goal right now is to get to Leos' sister and that red dragon. Part of me just thinks they're gonna get there and it's like, nope, can't do anything, sorry. At least we can hopefully slay and cook the dragon. Who knows? But it could be at the end of the season, it could be in 2 episodes from now, it could be at the halfway point of the season. I just straight up don't know. But until then, I'm just gonna enjoy this kind of chill dungeon food vibes that we have going on. So let's scooch over here into position and get ready to watch this thing. Hey, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching this with me. As I'm recording this, as is typical for most things that I start up, the first episode hasn't gone up yet on the main feed, so I can only hope and assume that it's doing well. So thank y'all for watching that one. Thanks for coming back watching this one. If you're new to this one, go back and watch that first one. I think the reaction turned out pretty good. And yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you see when more of these come out. Going to be going through these weekly. We'll be doing season 2 when that starts to come out, whenever it comes out. As per last time, if you want to see these early, uncut, unedited, like I said, the first one hasn't even come out as I'm recording this one. So you're going to be about 2 episodes ahead, hopefully on the Patreon, but unedited, uncut, fully there. Link in the description for that. It's a great way to help support the channel, and you get a little something extra in return. With all that being said, let's hop into episode 2 of Dungeon Meshi. Roast Basilisk, Omelet, Kakiage. Starting up in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so we are getting this little mushroom every time then. It looks a little different. Oh, is this the OP? I think we started to get this at the end of the episode, but Netflix just straight up cut it off. And I doubt who are you? Okay, so there's Chill Chuck. I love that he's bigger than everybody there. Another fellow we haven't met. Now that's a fighter right there. If Leos is more of a paladin or something, that looks more like a fighter. Is that his sister that's supposed to be in the dragon's belly, just waiting to be saved? This song is titled Bump of Chicken. Not the most bombastic OP, but we'll take it. It's nice. And I was incorrect. I believe I called Chill Chuck a child in the last one. I think he's supposed to be a halfling. So, whoops. Got that wrong. But what was it? Gandalf in Lord of the Rings said he'd be a hobbit, a halfling. He'd look no more like a child to you, he said to a man. So, common mistake, I guess. Ooh. It's flashback.
Hi, Mom, I'm home.
Marcel flashback. Or a dream.
What you cooking there? It smells amazing.
Turns around, it's Senshi.
It's your birthday, remember? I made all the recipes you love.
Roast basilisk, living armor,
Every single dish.
scorpion hot pot.
I whipped up all of your favorites. Fresh from the bowels of the dungeon.
Yep, it's a nightmare.
Good morning.
You know, they say when you eat different foods at night, you get really vivid dreams.
That's what I smelled in my nightmare. Can you guys smell that too?
Yep, the party across the way is making breakfast.
They're having salted pork? On buns?
Ah.
It's not fair!
Breaks my heart to see it. These days, the diet of young adventurers is a travesty.
Yo, what is this,
Only bread, dried meats,
Family
and
Feud?
wine. Malnutrition is the real monster here.
I'm sure they don't have the one-a-day vitamins you can take here in the dungeon.
Today, we'll hunt monsters that are rich and fat. Honestly, it'd be nice if we could find one that laid eggs, too.
Kind of like Gator, right? Gator was pretty fatty. Maybe I was onto something when I said that.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
I am.
Yo, these little freaks just like,
The body of
can't
a
wait.
chicken. The tail of a snake. With spurs sharp as knives and
Okay,
loaded with
okay.
venom. Basilisk, the king of snakes.
And chicken.
Isn't that great, Marcel? You'll get to eat chicken meat.
Close enough.
Is it though? Can you call it a chicken when it's half chicken?
Man, what a cool concept.
Oh, straight up chimera chart right here. Is that an actual chimera? I think there's I think D&D has like a definition of what a chimera is. You know, like I mentioned, Mother 3 being my favorite game. Chimera is just any two animals kind of stuck together. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I think more so I was thinking along the lines of not so much the basilisk, like the chicken-headed variety, more of the cockatrice kind of thing, just more snake-like, less chicken, more snake. Like if there's a dial of chicken on this side and snake on this side, it was turned way over to snake as I was thinking of it. But you know what? A little bit of a hybrid. I was about to say a little surf and turf, except they're both. That's a different chimera. Oh boy, let's keep going.
By the way, here's a fact about the cockatrice and basilisk.
Oh, really?
Same family, different species. It's been my dream to do a taste test between the two.
You got some weird dreams.
So did Marcel just a few minutes ago. Also, this is probably some of the fastest I've ever straight up picked up the names of an entire cast without having to like think about it.
Are they supposed to be that long?
Here, take it.
But are they supposed to be this squishy?
Ooh.
The cry of the basilisk.
Oh, there it is.
It's the party with the grill.
So, oh boy. Looks like their meal wasn't balanced enough. She's dressed exactly the same as Marcel, isn't she? Yeah, and once again, to make another Monster Hunter reference. Ain't it just like Monster Hunter? You steal an egg and the wyvern just comes right in.
She's just asking to be kicked in the back.
Would you just hurry up and save her?
Did the egg break? What the fuck?
Spread your arms and legs out wide to look huge, then do a crazy yell to sound threatening.
Isn't that what you're supposed to do with a bear? This comes up in like every show that I watch.
How about we pretend we don't know him?
Oh, what's Senshi about to do? Oh, is he about to cut it? Cut the tail off? It's again another Monster
Basilisk
Hunter
has another
reference.
head on its tail, still one body. So if you attack both heads at the same time, you'll split its attention in two directions.
That was cool transitions
The
right
whole
there.
body.
Double decapitation? Damn.
How is he? Did he get poisoned?
Yes. Senshi says he has an antidote.
Actually, I was planning to use it for lunch today.
Damn. Of course it was going to make good
He's
seasoning.
dying. Can't you see that?
Yeah, well, it's better to take one of these antidotes if it's cooked into something. First, you gotta chop off
Okay,
the
here
tail
we go.
and feet. Parboil it for a sec.
Oh, good. No chicken feet in there. I'm not a fan of chicken feet, actually.
Next, you gotta pull out the guts and rub in some spices.
Of course,
Chop
yeah.
some vegetables up and cram them in with your medicinal herbs. Then
Yep.
tie up the cut.
It's just like Thanksgiving.
Jam a stick through the sucker and give it a good slow roasting.
And this thing's going to take hours.
Ready?
Hurry up! Give him some!
It's just like chicken. Well, damn, I was wrong with the gator thing.
It's so juicy and delicious.
I was gonna make the joke. I started to, but then we saw the finished product and it looked damn good. Going to the top. You know what? Hot pot is a little more special to me. The roast basilisk is going to go right under hot pot because I love me a good, we go to Costco, get a rotisserie chicken. That's good eating. But hot pot is something truly special. So it's going to be hot pot, roast basilisk, and then still the tart at the bottom. As of right now, just to update the tier list. But I was gonna make the reference like with the slow roasting cooking, with just like turning it over the spit like that. Like it's like, oh, this thing's gonna take a couple hours to finish cooking, and then we just cut the guy. He dies from the poison. So I guess basilisk here, not so much turning to stone as poisoning, which like I mentioned the cockatrice earlier. I know that's another chicken-like creature that does turn to stone with a gaze, I believe, right? But we did see, I believe, a Gorgon in the last episode. The Medusa-like character with the snakes coming out of her head, which also historically turned to stone as well. So here, I'm really glad. I was going to make a joke right at the start. I was going to say something about terrible. I was going to say like, I'll take foods that make you hard for 200, Alex. Which then if the Gorgon ever shows up, I say foods that make you hard for 400, Alex. But you know what? Nope, just poison in this one. Maybe he would have turned to stone had he succumbed to the poison. Who knows? Regardless, glad this fella seems like he's gonna pull through, unless Senshi was just kind of bullshitting or didn't use enough or some comedic thing's gonna happen. We know that death isn't a huge deal in this series because Marcel thought to herself like, damn, the first time I died it was a slime just like this. And this being kind of a D&D world, resurrection spells are a thing. You just got to find a cleric with a high enough level to be able to cast it. Oops.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
It's like something the dining hall serves.
I heard snake meat tastes like chicken too.
I've never had snake.
We've been trying for 3 months to get past this part of the dungeon, but the same monsters wipe us out every single time.
Damn, that's a skill issue then.
You could tell us how to get stronger so we can too.
First, improve
Oh.
your eating habits. Second, get enough sleep. Third, exercise. Follow these 3 rules, and in no time you will get stronger.
What an amazing...
Yo, all the other dead bodies just around
I
them.
want to be like them.
That's awesome.
Would you please pick up the pace a little?
Damn, just like me. You got to exercise. I have no upper body strength.
Yeah, my sister's doomed.
Damn.
Slowing us down.
Acting tough isn't helping one bit. You'll just end up really hurting yourself, and then you'll be a burden on the party.
Damn.
We could take the path outside. It's easier.
Then we'll have to deal with those pesky big bats.
I can take care of big bats with my magic.
No, it's fine.
Wow.
Take the secret path. There's lots of traps, but few monsters.
If we're taking a path with few monsters on it, we'll need to stock up on as much food as we can carry. We need some more vegetables.
Balanced
too.
breakfast,
I
right?
know of a
Or
spot
balanced
nearby
meal.
Where mandrakes grow.
Oh, I know all about harvesting mandrakes. Leave everything to me. Mandrakes
Does she?
are basic ingredients for magical
Oh, good.
potions. And I'm the expert here in magic.
Oh, there we
Follow
go.
my lead and do exactly what I say.
Good. Maybe we'll get some ecology from her now.
It'll scream. If you hear it, you'll either go insane or worse, die.
Oh, I was about to say, what's worse than going insane?
First, we need one well-trained dog and one leash.
A dog?
A dog.
Connect the dog to the mandrake with the leash. Call the dog from a safe distance. The dog will run to you and pull the mandrake out.
Okay.
What happens to the dog?
It goes insane or even worse, dies.
Horrible. Wouldn't you say this plan is not only cruel but totally inefficient?
I know. This isn't JoJo's. You're not allowed to kill dogs at every moment.
Rope?
What?
If we used a rope that's long enough so we couldn't hear the scream, we wouldn't need to kill a dog.
There's a reason that won't work. Something about getting the right angle when you pull or something.
Since she's just gonna go do the damn thing. Did he plug up his ears?
Nice, Marcel.
Oh, she's insane.
If you just cut their heads off first, they won't scream.
But that's not the right way.
I've been doing it this way for years.
Damn.
This isn't like picking carrots. It's really dangerous.
Same to me.
Have you ever tried to do this like how your book's telling you?
No.
So many dead puppies.
Sorry for the dog.
No.
We're doing it Senshi's way.
If such an easy method was safe, it would have been in the book and taught at school.
You can't learn everything at school. It's all about real world experience, right?
I'll show them the book's method is the right way. Then they'll see. forgive you. Now what can I use instead?
No! Stop!
A monster!
Okay.
Big bats. They should all be sleeping in their nests now.
Yo, that,
I hope this works.
that tiptoe noise from the old Hanna-Barbera cartoons. I love it.
Now, I need to find
I really
somewhere
hope this
far
works
enough
out for
that
her.
I
I
can
need
hear
her
the
to get a
scream.
W.
Like there.
All of this for a single Mandrake?
Ire faun orbis.
Oh, I was about to say, we actually get to see her cast a spell. She missed. Or, oh, nope. There we go. Oh, she got one. Let's go. Oh, no. Now it's just flying around the dungeon screaming, right?
No. Having experience is important. For example,
Just like I said,
now
real
know
world
using a big
experience.
bat instead of a dog is a stupid idea.
She dead?
No, insane.
You used a big bat instead of a dog, huh? That's stupid. You okay there?
No, insane.
Yeah.
Maybe dead.
I feel better.
Yeah, right.
What the fuck was that?
She heard the scream.
Oh,
Let's
she
keep
is
talking
insane.
to her and it'll help clear her head. Why do you do that?
When I heard my party call me a bird and I freak out.
The deeper we get in here, the tougher the monsters. We need your magic to keep us all safe.
Yeah.
I don't want you wasting your power when we're just 3 floors down.
I mean, that's
We all
true.
have strengths and weaknesses. And when things get crazy, I'm gonna need you to be ready.
Okay, that makes me feel better. Leos does care.
Go on, Chilchuck. Tell her.
I was wrong to say you were a burden. You've been a big help since day one.
Say it like you mean it, shorty.
Wow!
How's about we make some omelets?
This show's getting like pretty much one really, really big laugh out of me per episode at least, which is really good.
This one's a different color than the others.
A shiny?
Right. Oh, that's the one Marcel got. It still has a head.
Oh. Oh, maybe they're gonna taste better or something.
Crack an egg and whip it.
Oh yeah,
Once
this
it
is the
gets all
omelet.
fluffy in the pan, it's ready.
Mandrake and Basilisk omelet. Okay, so let me pause real quick. So Mandrake, it looked like it kind of had like a potato-y. I know it's a root vegetable. She compared it to carrots, but it looked more like a mix between like ginger and sweet potato, kind of. It looked like. So for all intents and purposes, I'm gonna just go with potato, regular ass potato, and chicken in an omelet. Not my preferred toppings. You know, they should have saved some of that mushroom from the last episode to put in that omelet. That would have fucking hit. Mushrooms in an omelet are like S tier. So omelets in general, it's going to go under the roast basilisk, I think. And yes, I know there's basilisk in it. You know, when you, to continue the analogy of getting the rotisserie chicken from Costco, you know, you don't eat the whole chicken in one sitting, and whatever's left over, you kind of shred off the bone and keep, and you use the chicken meat for something else, right? Which is exactly what they're doing here. So also, let me just go back and kind of look at this real quick. I just want to look at the picture. I know they said that it's nice and fluffy. I don't think there's any cheese in this omelet. I don't think they have any cheese. So yeah, I'm going to put this particular omelet, because I got to go with what's on here. I can't like write my own fan fiction and say, and then they put the walking mushroom from the last episode and also some cheese that they somehow had into the omelet to make it a perfect omelet. No, this is just what they have in the dungeon. And, you know, if they could do all that and make the hot pot in the last episode, you know, this one's going to go under the roast basilisk for me. So we got hot pot, roast basilisk, omelet, tart. That tart honestly did not look great to me in the last one. Yeah, that's my tier list so far. Let's continue.
This one's got the mandrake we picked in it, and this one's got the mandrake the elf girl picked using her big bat method.
Oh, are they gonna do a blind taste test here?
The one with Marcel's mandrake is less bitter and more velvety.
It is good.
They felt fear before they died,
The
right?
toxins it has when it screams. The basic rule
Ah,
of cooking is
okay.
the more effort you put in, the better the taste.
Well, there you go.
I saved the tastiest parts for you.
Oh, Marcel. Some of these drawings are incredible.
I'm sick and tired of eating these sticky monsters!
That's all, folks. Except there's more to the episode.
Path should be around here.
Or are we gonna get a Chill Chuck segment?
Miles, can I borrow your sword?
Sorry, I just need to get a bunch of nicks in your sword for a second.
Chilchuck is a specialist in finding traps and picking locks.
There's tons of traps coming up, so don't make a move until I say so.
I'm excited for this. I said in the first episode I
One thing
wanted
hate
more of
than
him.
anything is people getting in my way when I'm trying to work.
Damn, he's about that life. But yeah, I said in the first episode that he's the one we got the least amount of personality from, so I'm really excited for this little segment.
Only step where I just stepped.
Oh, fuck, I wasn't paying attention. No, I was about to say, Senshi's like not even trying.
What are you doing?
Shh, you're gonna set off a trap with your voice.
Why is your foot hanging over on this other tile?
I don't nitpick details.
Come on, Senshi.
If you trigger one of them, all my calculations go right out the window. Open your ears and step where I tell you to. Wait!
Not again. Did the traps reset? No, Senshi, what are you doing? Oh,
This room's got
Well.
all sorts of traps.
yeah, no shit.
Fire trap spray oil and it won't stop till you move your dang foot. The
Oil?
last thing I need is a roasted dwarf.
Roasted, huh? Deep fried.
The oil.
Kakiyage!
Oh, now I get to learn what this is.
You know where the oil for this trap is stored?
It's not used for cooking.
It is today.
You an expert in cooking oil now?
I hate it when people call me kid.
Damn. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's what I did the whole last episode. Whoops.
If you don't like following my orders, you can find the oil
I
yourself.
love that this trap is still just going.
I swear I'll do what you say. And I'll help
Okay,
if you want.
finally.
I don't. We each have a specialty, don't we? You cook. I disarm traps and pick locks. Marcel magics. I'd never tell you how to cook something
Leos? He's Leos. I mean, I'm kind of on his side on this one. Senshi went from like cannot do any wrong to like what the fuck is he doing?
This looks like the spout, and this is the trigger, and if you pull on it, the oil comes out. I think.
Okay, I'll hold the pot. And you pull the trigger thingy.
Huh?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
you're gonna have him do it?
Boiling oil.
This is your thing, Senshi, not mine. You're asking the rogue to like. Oh God! You ever been cooking and a single drop like hits your arm and you just like
180 degrees. Perfect temperature for deep frying.
So, you didn't feel that at all.
180 degrees seems a little low. I mean, if it's Celsius, then for sure, yes.
We can use that big blade from the trap in the ceiling to chop the meat. Since I'm no good at dealing with traps, I'll leave trap stuff to the expert.
You're literally asking the rogue to like purposely set off traps. That sucks.
I never agreed to that.
Oh God, that shot, just seeing it up there.
What the hell am I doing? The big bat's all cut up.
Thanks.
Oh, it was bat. Okay.
I'll strip the skin off the meat, then chop the meat into chunks. After scoring the meat with a knife, I'll rub in some spices and let it rest.
Okay.
Now's as good a time as any to prepare the Mandrake Kakiyage. The batter. Mix a basilisk egg with water, then sift in a bit of flour, then add the chopped mandrake.
I'm waiting with bated breath to see what this is gonna end up kind of being like. It looks almost like a hash brown kind of thing. At least that
Once it's
does.
fried enough it doesn't fall apart, flip it. Got that?
It's like battered. If we're going with potato, it's basically like battered kind of potato, like a little potato pancake dumpling kind of thing.
How's it coming along?
Horribly, can you just do this?
Fire traps are your specialty.
Traps are my specialty, but deep frying's a cooking thing.
And also not setting off traps is my specialty. How many times do we have to go over this?
This batch looks okay. And it's ready.
Mandrake Kakiyage and Big Bat Tempura. Okay, okay. So it's like a tempura thing. Hold on. I'm going to just do a quick Google of Kakiyage because like I said, it's something I've never heard of before. Type of tempura made with mixed vegetables and sometimes seafood, all coated in tempura batter and deep fried. Kakiyage translates to gathered and deep fried, referring to the way the ingredients are mixed together before being fried. That's the AI overview on Google, and we don't always trust that, but at least in this situation, it seems like it's seems like it's probably correct given the preparation and everything we saw. So kind of how it's like, I don't want to say like fully ground, you know, it's bat, but the way the consistency of the meat looked, it looked a little like ground beef. And I know it's not going to be fully ground. He said like scoured with a knife and then with herbs mixed in, just kind of chunks. And I'm trying to think, bat, it's mammal, it flies. I've never had squirrel, but I would assume it would taste something kind of similar to that. So for all intents and purposes, I'm going to kind of go with beef for the kind of base. So tempura fried beef and like potatoes / other vegetables. I'm going to put that over the omelet underneath roast basilisk. That's where it goes on the tier list here. I would, you know, I'd crush some of these. Seems good.
I never thought eating deep-fried food was possible in a dungeon.
We have McDonald's at home.
I've been on this floor a bunch and never knew about this useful room.
It's dangerous! Don't ever come in here without me, got it? You'll end up killing yourself.
I've died a bunch
The
before.
way you handle traps is amazing.
Aw.
You sure know your stuff. The day we go our separate ways will be a sad day for me.
Oh, it will.
When we get some downtime, I guess I can teach you a little.
Oh, nice. He's going to dual class.
Really?
You did teach me a couple of your cooking skills.
Yeah, there we go.
Meat cannot replace bread, and bread cannot replace meat. But combine them, and they can be quite delicious.
Delicious in dungeon.
So it is with meals and people. Delicious in dungeon.
There we go. So every episode's going to end with that. Ooh, the ED. Or at least a couple seconds of it before Netflix cuts it off. Okay. Well, we got literally a couple seconds. I'll have to listen to that one kind of on my own. That one, I think I overall preferred the first episode to that one. I think cooking, I mean, I like that they're putting in little character study kind of things in there amidst all of the like kind of cooking segments. Like we learn a little bit about each character with each thing that we cook. Kind of less so the first one. It was just kind of a general dungeoneering party situation kind of thing with a basilisk. But certainly with the Mandrakes, we got a little bit more of Marcel rather than her just like getting hurt all the time. Yes, she got hurt with it, but we learned a little bit more about her and kind of her thinking and methodologies kind of stuff. And then Chill Chuck in the third segment. So hey, like I said, I was wanting more of him. Glad we got more of Marcel. I'm sure we're going to get a little bit of everybody as we go. And I guess in all of these, we get a little bit of Senshi. We see kind of how, I don't want to say carefree, but kind of carefree in that room with the traps. Like he didn't like care where he was stepping, even though like any person would hear the instructions of the rogue and be like, I need to do exactly what they say. I'm going to fucking die otherwise. And here he was standing here like, oh, this fire's hot. As it was just like singeing his beard like right in front of him. Kind of shocked. Nobody got injured actually, with how dangerous I know some of these trap rooms can be in dungeons like that, and or at least in fantasy settings, in like D&D games, in RPGs, right? You know, trap rooms are, you know, think to like Sen's Fortress and Dark Souls. Like how many times have you died to random bullshit happening in that place, huh? A lot. I know I did when I played it. But you know, it's nice to get little character moments. Like I said, the first episode I think was a little more interesting just because it kind of set up the world a little more, and you know, just there was just more for excuse the pun, but a little more meat to that first episode. And I'm not talking basilisk. I'm talking, you know, content. But yeah, I mean, it was fun. It was pretty much exactly what I was expecting. It was just chill vibes with food. I mean, with a 26 episode season, you're not going to get like plot just happening every second. You're going to have these small character moments. I think 3 things cooking per episode might be a bit much. I'm sure this is probably how it's structured in the manga, just however many chapters the guy wanted to dedicate to each little, you know, if we consider each recipe being its own little arc, you know, one of them could have been like a one-off, like single chapter thing. The other could have been like a 2 or 3 chapter kind of thing. Who knows? A lot of these kind of feel like one shots. And yes, I know that they kind of had that connective tissue. We're here and we're going to go. They discussed early in the episode, do we go this path? Do we go around the outside? Do we go through the secret room with all the traps? Seems like they picked the secret room with all the traps. So we're definitely getting that connective tissue of the dungeon being like a full, I don't want to say ecosystem because that's what we were saying in the last one, but like a full like I know that Leos had a little map he was looking at, but you know, similar to like a video game, you know, oh, you go through the kind of canopy jungle bits at the top, and then we know that there's like the outside path, the one path, or the secret room path, and so that's just what they picked for this one. So it's nice to see that that kind of continuity is still a thing. It's not just, you know, like I compared it to the one-offs. It's not like just a series of one-shots that we're just supposed to take in order. It's just we get like that kind of progression as they go deeper and deeper, which is nice. I like that a lot. So all that to say, still like the show a lot. You know, first episode might have been a little bit better for me, but you know, I'm sure there's going to be highs and lows just with any series I watch. So I guess in closing, I don't think I have too much else to say about this. What did you think of this episode, especially compared to the first? Don't let me know when's the best episode kind of coming up. Don't tell me that in the comments, but just reassure me that there's more good stuff coming. And I'm sure I've probably, by the time you see this on the main feed, have seen some better stuff as well. So hey, don't forget to leave a like on your way out, and I'll catch you next time for the next episode of Dungeon Meshi. Delicious in dungeon. Should I just end every video saying that like the narrator does? I think I'm gonna start doing that. Take it easy, everybody.